let's make the beams for the back. So start by checking out a box. And then in this box, I'm just going to set some values. And let's come up to our parameters. And we need the section length. Put that in there, and there, and divide this one by half. So it sits the right direction, and we also need to make sure that's -2. So we need it to go this way instead. And we need to build a couple of quick controls for this. Go to properties. I'm just going to hit D to duplicate this. Delete those out of it. Beam controls. And we want an integer in here, as well as a float. This is going to be beam count. And let's give this a range of, say, 5. Here 1 to 5. Defaulted at 2. And this is going to be our beam spread. And in here we'll say, get a value of, say, let's go 0.05. Max that out of probably 1. And we're not leaving these locked, so you can push them outside of these ranges still. And let's default to 0.4. And just hit accept on that. Oh, one quick thing. Go to type properties and go to this profile. Now that we've set a profile in here, we can just go get from parameter, and this will become the default value now. Okay. So we've got our beam. Don't really need to do much else to this. We're just going to give it some UVs. Just holding shift, select these edges. Cool. And then we're going to use a copy and transform. And now in here, if we bring our parameters back up, total number is going to be our beam count, so straight that across. And the spread is going to be that. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy that parameter, paste in relative, and we're just going to go divide by this -1. So as beams, the spread stays the same, or you can just edit more beams as we need. Okay, and that's literally it for the beams. Just make a net box over those. Okay, so now let's merge all this together. So I'm just going to do a little bit of reshuffling, bring that out there. Put down a merge, select all those, and plug them in. So now we have our fence section. Let's quickly copy this mirror. We don't really need this in here, but it's good. We might as well. It's very easy to add in. If you want to quickly mirror, if you've got like an asymmetrical profile on this and you want to quickly mirror it, you can. Which means we'll probably also want to check where our mirror is actually located. So let's just move this right up to the top of this one here as well. And we also need to make another copy of that, connect that directly to our post. And I'm just going to hold Alt and click on the line to add in this little dot, just to make it a little bit tidier for the meantime. And now we need a switch in here and in here. And we need to go to parameters, drag and drop custom modules into the select input on each of these. Plug these in, and then we need to reorder them so the custom input is coming in second. Okay. So you can see this isn't quite working yet. The gap's wrong, and yeah, a couple of other things we need to fix. So to do that, we need to make some adjustments in here. Okay, so make cells a little bit of space, drag this one across, drag this down, and we're going to add in, let's copy the same switch, hold Y, cut these, okay. So we are going to, I'm going to hold on, copy both of these and connect them in there. This length needs to be changed. We need to use our section length. And so you can see that's already better. But this style fence, we don't want it to be sloping like this. It's not really how it's sort of designed. So what we're going to do is add in a quick attribute wrangle to change how this is orientated. I'm going to call this orient up. And we'll just do v at up, which is so basically v for vector, at to declare an attribute, and up is something that is recognized by the copy to points. And we'll set that to equal, and we'll do these sort of square squiggly brackets. I don't know exactly what they're called. 0, 1, 0. End line. And then we're going to do one more thing. At n.y, which is our normal, which is sort of changing how they're oriented. So we want to set that equal to 0, and then make at n equal normalize at n, and normalize just basically makes it the length of the vector consistent. And now you can see these will be all sort of, they're all sitting flat. So as it goes up the slope, it'll shift them up and down, but it won't tilt or rotate them. And if it's too steep, this will break, but this style fence would not be on a very steep ground. Okay, so maybe let's come back up here a little bit. Actually, no, it's alright. I mean, you can see it's doing a decent job of following this terrain. Not working super well there. We did get rid of that and come in. Let's modify our curve a little bit for this one. So I'm just going to delete everything out of it, hit escape, hit 2 to come to our top view, turn on grid snapping, and hit enter. Make sure we've got our curve selected. And draw along. And we want to make sure this curve is in polygon mode. And then we'll just be getting the curve the right length to fit our sections. Yeah, I'm not going to spend too long fussing with this though. It'll just, with this sort of straight style, you need to make sure your curve matches your section size, and you can go in and tweak the section size to match your curve, or match your curve to tweak your section size. And it would, one thing we should add in real quick in our curve controls, the primitive type, just so I can easily change that. In the next video, we will create collision geometry for this. So you're not going to use the full mesh for collision in Unreal, you're going to use a simplified version. So we'll create that next.